Happy Easter, everybody. This is Lewie coming at you. The reason I'm on here today is I want to talk a little more about the Mueller report. The other day, Attorney General Barr came out and he did a news conference with the media before he gave his report to Congress. Congress are all up in arms over this as they think now he's trying to hide something and he's trying to protect President Trump. Thing is AG Barr has had that position before. And to the best of my knowledge, he has never covered for anybody, which tells me he wouldn't cover for President Trump if his life depended on it. He takes his job seriously, and he makes sure he tries to do it right. So, now that we have that cleared up, let's talk about this report. The report said there was no collusion and very little evidence of obstruction, not enough evidence to charge with. The obstruction evidence is that they claim to have is Trump wanting to fire Mueller and a few others. The problem is it never happened. He didn't get Mueller fired. He didn't fire the other ones that were involved in the investigation. He just let it go. Okay? And the reason he let it go is his lawyer stood up and said, hey, you can't do that, otherwise it would be viewed as obstruction. Now the thing is Trump was frustrated. He knows he's got a job to do as a president, and he's trying to do it. And this investigation that he had against him was undermining his presidency. So that's not obstruction. That is concern about getting the job done. He knew that this investigation is preventing him from getting some things done. All right? That other pieces of the recipe were working against him. Now, that's not obstruction. That's frustration. I think we would all feel that frustration if we were trying to accomplish something and we had this big old stigma in our way. Okay? For example, say person's lazy. And then all of a sudden they try and get something done and people are like, oh, you ain't going to get it done because, and they sit there and they hinder it. I don't think they mean to sometimes, but they hinder it. So that person goes back to being lazy. Or if you have somebody who's trying to maybe get a future going for himself, maybe try and invest into a business or something like that, and people keep doing everything they can to keep that from happening. That becomes frustrating. And we all get frustrated. I mean, maybe it's just something menial, like we're doing our regular job and a machine breaks down, or somebody won't get out of the way, or maybe going down the road. I mean, road rage is frustration, So we all get frustrated, and President Trump was frustrated. There's no reason why you can't believe that. It's so simple. It makes perfect sense he was frustrated. So that's why he wanted to fire Mueller and all that. But his lawyer stepped up and said, you can't because it looked like obstruction. And so he didn't. That tells you everything right there. Now Congress wants to investigate the investigation. And when I say that, that means they're trying to bring Mueller in to testify in front of them about his investigation. Okay, so let me ask you this. What if this investigation doesn't... I went out of focus again. There we go. We're going to see how bad that is, and then maybe edit it out or what have you. But anyways, say they call them in and they don't get the answers they want. Are they going to investigate that investigation? Are they going to do continual investigations until they get what they want? Why would we let them waste their money? They spent almost 2 years, 22 months on this investigation. They spent $30 million of yours and my money doing this investigation. Are we going to sit there and let them do more investigations into investigations? Spend more money that could be used for something else? Like, I don't know, maybe fixing our welfare system, or fixing our healthcare system, or maybe getting the wall built. How about paying off our deficit? That $30 million could have been better spent by putting it towards our deficit than it was with this investigation. Because like I said before, anybody with any common sense knew that there was no collusion between Russia and the Trump campaign. All because of this thing called Uranium One. Now, anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about, I'll give it a quick explanation. For those who do know what I'm talking about, please be patient with me. Uranium One is where Hillary Clinton sold uranium or stocks to uranium to Russia. I'm not sure which it is. But the thing is, if you were President Putin and you got an individual selling you uranium that's high in government that's running for president, who do you want as president? The one selling you the uranium, or this alpha male who's not going to do shit for you except give you a hard time? Simple as that. I'll have to tell you, if I were Putin, I would have helped Hillary win, because she would have made my country stronger. She would have made my country stronger than my enemy's country, which in this case would have been us. So anybody with common sense knew that this investigation wasn't going to turn anything up, because Putin would want Hillary as president, not Trump. It's a simple mathematical thing. 2 + 2 = 4. When you add Putin to colluding to get Trump elected, I'm sorry, that's not 2 and 2. 2 and 2 does not equal 4 there, because it's not 2. It's probably 2 and 1 or 2 and 3 or 2 and 5, but it doesn't equal. It just doesn't work out. The theory just doesn't fit. Okay. So let's get Congress, the Dems, everybody that's involved in this off their butts. Let's get them working. Here's an idea. Let's suspend their paychecks until they actually get something done. I think that in itself would send a greater message than sitting here doing videos and complaining about what they're doing. Why don't we do that? Why don't we stop their paycheck until they start getting something done? Start doing something that benefits our country. You don't have to be a patriot to enjoy benefiting of our country. Louie's out. Have a good day. Happy Easter.